How the hell are you? This video is called Paul's Philosophy. I had intro to philosophy class years back at HCC. If you don't like it, then stick it. But anyway, I had this intro to philosophy class, and for like 10% of our grade, we could like write our own philosophies, or sometimes he would give us topics. I think it was like 10% of our grade, I believe. But anyway, here are some of the my own philosophies or topics that I did. Why the hell not? So here we go. This one's called Philosophical Query. Make sure I can see. Put this where I can see it. I agree that in our childhood we experience black and white points of view, and we aren't enriched with the understanding of a gray matter, or in-between variations. We are taught right and wrong, yes and no, do's and don'ts, and are left to our imagination and to what we see and hear, radio and television, parentheses, close parentheses. As we get older, of course, we start to form a better understanding and develop a more colorful perspective. I also think that we definitely exist in different levels of reality, according to many factors internally and externally, such as family, environment, intelligence, creativity, and a lot of other stuff that comes with life and how we experience it. I think mostly exposure and experience determine our reality and what we refer to as reality. We can know about how other people experience their reality, but we don't know completely unless we experience it. Therefore, we are outside spectators, having our perceptions about people, certain people, and certain things, but we don't grasp the full emotional element of those things. I do believe that a person can become enlightened, but how enlightened, I don't know. So that was that. It's 2 minutes already. Are you serious? Here's another one called The Soul of Reason, and Thinking Reason and Instinctive Reason. I came up with those titles. Like I said, sometimes we can do our own philosophies and stuff, and he was cool with that. You know, like I said, he was a cool dude, and still is, I'm sure. Soul of Reason. I believe that every person has a soul of reason at birth, despite of the warring, unreasonable, or irrational nature that too lives in us. Let me start over. Soul of reason. I believe that every person has a soul of reason at birth, despite of a warring, unreasonable, or irrational nature that too lives in us. When I write or say soul in this aspect, I mean as Socrates meant the rational part of our psyche, or the essence of ourselves, and not the new birth of a manifested soul of salvation taught in Christianity and Judaism and Judaism and etc. other beliefs. The soul of reason can be eaten and devoured, thus leaving a person to become insane, depraved, and no longer adhere to rational consciousness. I know those observations are obvious, but I believe that the soul of reason is not just the conscious itself, but a rational decision maker of our conscious feelings and thoughts. The soul of reason we all let go hungry and feed, some less and some more than others. Alright, the second part is thinking reason and instinctive reason. Within our soul of reason, we have the thinking reason, dominant reason, and we have the instinctive reason, automatic reason. The instinctive reason, in my opinion, is the embedded reason that we keep from birth until death. No matter how much a person loses ground with reality, or what the majority of people refer to as reality, he or she could never lose the instinctive reasoning, or at least not completely. The thinking reason, however, is a growing development or an awareness that develops according to the strength of an individual's conscience, and can therefore weaken as the conscience weakens and can even die. The final manifestation, blah blah blah, I'm just kidding, of a psychotic person and a person that's a sociopath are two examples of how the thinking reason can die. Though I think it's rare or not common, such as rational discourse, the thinking conscious makes clarifications of our psyche's phenomenon and interprets our logic and conscious decisions of right and wrong individually, within our justifications and personal morality, within our reality. Say that again. Within our justifications and personal morality, within our reality. Okay, that's that. Damn, I can't believe it's almost 5 minutes, man. Here's another one that was a topic that he gave us. A professor, a teacher. I don't want to mention names, but he's a cool dude. Anyway, Socrates, the archetype. So I wrote, who was Socrates? That's the question that many scholars, teachers, and studiers of philosophy ask when referring to Socrates. In my introduction to philosophy class, I guess I can say, Professor Wood also teaches Intro to Religion, etc. Spoke expressively about Socrates the man and his Socratic approach to philosophy. In addition, we saw a film on Socrates, which leads to tonight's chapter. According to the oracle, there was no man wiser than Socrates in Athens. Socrates, Athens, Greece. Socrates, born between 470 through 399 BCE, intrigued many and upset some during his lifetime. But Socrates, the individual, in my opinion, wasn't satisfied with just accepting things as they were. So he sought to understand why things were like they were in terms of structure, really human structure, or the metaphysical human condition, psyche. Parentheses, close parentheses. Socrates, the archetype, is depicted as a wise sophist, or sage, of his time period. The symbol of Socrates with the long beard, symbolizing his wisdom, I think represents the essence of philosophy, or at least his symbol plays a huge factor in philosophy. He rearranged the significance in philosophy. Remember, archetype, what I just referred to as archetype. He remains to have significance in philosophy, and to those who are philosophers, and to those who appreciate philosophy as well. But Socrates, the person, was said to have appeared unwashed or unclean or unkept, even by his friends. Socrates the man, as presented by the film, was a lover of inner beauty and loved to learn. He loved to learn and loved knowledge intensely. He had an obsession, you could say, about asking questions. He fascinated multitudes of people and angered some sophists of his day. With his ability to draw existing knowledge out of people, some people, mainly sophists, that were skeptical of his style, doubted his wisdom and his teachings, known as the Socratic method. The archetype of Socrates leaves an imprint or an embedded emblem on humanity and society. And the actual Socrates portrays the struggle to know thyself, parentheses, close parentheses, and to go beyond social acceptance, looking deeper into the souls of men. Alright, that's all I got on that. Basically, Socrates. Socrates was a cool cat, he's a cool dude, and he was alright. It was some people make parallels with Jesus and Socrates, but I'm not gonna go there. But anyway, sayonara, zaijin, peace. Hasta luego, peace. And by the way, hair grease could be bad for your. Peace and hair grease could make you gain weight in your hair. So be aware of that. Okay, bye.